Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you. Great to see you. I have to wait until the little red light goes on in the camera. Right? You know? I had no, I'm serious. The little red light on in the camera means that we're broadcasting. I just need a little guy going, action. It's great to see everybody and Shabbat Shalom. Welcome as we begin our service for the Shabbat on page 128, Maya Hayom. How beautiful is this day?
Maya Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Maya Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Maya Hayom, Maya Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Maya Hayom. Shabbat Shalom.
Please continue with me as we light the candles on page 120.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של Shabbat.
Let us sanctify the Shabbat with the singing of the Kiddush on page 123. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon inchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tefila lemikra'e kodesh, zecher litziat mitzrayim, kivanu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava u'beratzon inchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat lechayim. L'chad Dodi likrat kala. Let us as a congregation welcome the Shabbat bride, page 138. And when we get to that last verse, watch the cantor and she'll tell us when to stand to welcome her.
Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat, nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat, nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur
v'yitkadosh shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yamad yivrach Yerusei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayetech al Beit Yisrael. Bahagala uvizman karivim eru.
Amen.
Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam ulal me'al maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitbar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalav shemei dekudisha
Brihu.
le'ela min kol bechata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'yimeru. Amen. We continue on 146.
Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai
Me on 151 if you wish. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. The more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Praised are you, O God, who loves his people Israel.
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, amechavta, amcha ahavta.
Praised are you, O God, who loves his people Israel, as we rise for the Shema on 152.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hashem Yevod Malchuto.
And you may be seated if you wish, and I invite you to join with me on page 154. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. As I continue on page 158, who is like you, O God, among all the gods that are worshipped? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor and working wonders? Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, osif ele, osif ele. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh.
I invite you to join with me on page 161. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us the shelter of your peace over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, haporez sukat shalom aleinu, va'al kol amo Yisrael va'al Yerushalayim.
Baruch atah Adonai, haporez sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim, ve'al kol amo, ve'al Yerushalayim.
a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happened all the time. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael, page 162.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש
We continue with the tefillah on page 164 as I invite you to rise.
Adonai, sifatai tiftach, ufi agid, tehilatacha. Adonai, sifatai tiftach, ufi agid, tehilatacha. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor, v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, v'Konei HaKol, v'Zocher Chasei Avot v'Imahot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, צומח נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש, שמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהלוך הסלע. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
You may be seated. I'm on page 173. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael u'tefilatam b'ahava tekabel u'tihi leratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha il karov levol kore'av penei lavatecha befonenu shefot ruchacha aleinu ותחזינה עינינו בשובך תהום ברחמים. רצי אדוני אלוהינו בעמך ישראל ותפילתם יהבה תקבל ותהי לרצון תמיד עבודת ישראל עמך. ברוך אתה אדוני המחזיר שכינתו לציון.
So much for us to be grateful for and thankful for. And I invite you to share what you're grateful for or thankful for on this Shabbat that it hasn't yet begun to snow. Anybody? Nobody's grateful for anything? Paul.
I'm grateful that all my children and their spouses were able to come last Sunday for a surprise birthday for Margaret. She did not know that was going to happen.
A surprise birthday party on her 29th birthday. 86th birthday. Mazel tov. Mazel tov. How was the cake? Yeah, good. Anybody else who's grateful for what? Andy, I know you've got to be grateful for something.
That's great news. My daughter got married this week. Very excited.
Mazel tov. And it was a beautiful wedding.
It was.
And you should have seen the pianist. Oh. Congratulations. Anybody else? Rich?
My two granddaughters are getting to know
Right, when?
November 5th.
So, in a couple of weeks. November 5th? Okay, congratulations. Congratulations. November 5th is Stella's birthday. November 5th is Stella's birthday. I'm never sure if it's Stella's or, yeah, or Sarah's. Yeah. Yeah, she's going to text me right now and she's going to say, you better get it right. Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Another good reason to, and they're twins, right?
Yeah, twins.
Wow. And I like your use of grammar, the third person plural for in the feminine. Benot mitzvah.
This is not my food.
No, it was well done. It was well done. Well done. Anybody else grateful for anything? Barbara?
My nephew was married October 8th at Oneonta, New York. It was beautiful. The fall foliage matched the girls' dresses, where the girls' dresses matched theirs. The foliage was beautiful.
Is that how you pronounce it? Oneonta?
Oneonta.
I always wanted to say Oneida.
No, it's Oneonta.
Oneonta. It's beautiful up there.
It's gorgeous.
Good. Anybody else? Brian? No? Happy to be here. Me too. Yes, you know what? I don't know who you are. Well, hello, Susan Rosenberg. Welcome. I'm Rabbi Stanley, Cantor Kamai. Thank you. This is why we only do one show a week. I'm sorry, I was interrupted. Go ahead. Oh, wonderful. Well, welcome. Now I get to use the first person feminine singular, right? Barucha haba'ah, which means welcome to a woman. Welcome. It's great to have you. Anybody else? No? Nothing, Vincent? Okay. Done? Okay. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that that Shabbat is here. I'm going to teach a little Torah tomorrow, do a little Havdalah as well, maybe get a little workout in, injure my arm a little more. It's going to be a great day. A little Talmud on Sunday, page 178.
Shalom Rav, O Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, O Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Ki ata melech Adon, lecha hashalom. Ki ata melech Adon, lecha hashalom. Shalom Rav, O Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, O Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. B'tov beinecha livarich et Amcha Yisrael, b'chol עת ובכל שעה, בשלומך. Shalom Rav, O Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, O Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
We pray for those who are ill before we take a moment for our own silent prayers. This evening, we pray for a refuah shlema to Emma Villarola and to Mark Heller. And are there any other names that you'd like mentioned for the Mishpera? Anybody else? Yes, Rich. Good. Please join the cantor in the prayer for healing, Mishaberach, page 511.
May the source of strength, O bless
take a moment for some personal and private prayer. Let's continue on page 362 with the service for the reading of the Torah, as tonight we read the very first part of creation. Page 362, please rise.
אין כמוך באלוהים אדוני, ואין כמעשיך. מלכות אחת, מלכות כל עולמים, וממשלת אחת בכל דור ודור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, Adonai Melech le'olam va'ed. Adonai oz le'amo yitin. Adonai yivarich et amo b'shalom.
Avara.
Rachamim hitiva b'rtzonecha et Zion. Tibni chomot Yerushalayim. Tibni chomot Yerushalayim.
Shema Yisrael.
Adonai Elohim
So just a very, very short commentary. Those of you who know anything about me know that I have a passion for physics. I have a passion for cosmology and a passion for anything esoteric, quantum mechanics, quantum physics. I love that stuff. Why am I sharing this with you? Because the very first part of the Torah, which the cantor is going to chant tonight, is all about quantum physics. And it's all about the production of light. And the amazing thing about cosmology is that we know probably that there was some kind of a Big Bang. We've all heard about it. And I'm not talking about the TV show, which is one of your favorite shows. Okay? We're talking about the creation of the universe 13.6 billion years ago. Remarkable thing. And what scientists have discovered is they have figured out that, 10 to the negative 38 seconds, right? That's 0.00038 zeros, 1, right? Seconds after the Big Bang, they know what happened. But before that, they have no idea. None. Nobody knows. The physics breaks down. Nobody can figure it out. And some people are even saying that if that's the case, it's the end of science as we know it, since we found out everything we can find out. So why am I sharing this with you? Because our Jewish mystics figured it out. Well, we don't know if they figured it out, but they have an idea. Our Jewish mystics from the Middle Ages didn't know anything about science. Okay, they still thought that the earth revolved around, that the earth revolved around the sun. No, the earth does revolve around the sun. That the sun revolves around the earth, and that the earth was in the middle of a bunch of spheres, and the spheres went all around. They didn't know from science. I don't blame them. It's not their fault. But they came up with a really wonderful image. And here was their image. Their image was that at the very beginning of time, all of the universe's light was contained in a sacred vessel. Tiny sacred vessel. I have no idea what it looked like. But all of the light in the universe, so you can imagine, the observable universe is, 90 billion light years across? That's a lot of light. So when the universe began, and God said, what's the first words of the Torah, or the first commandment that God says in Genesis? Right, let there be light, okay? At that moment, God releases the light from this vessel. All the light goes out over the universe, which is accurate. And then the mystics say that the job of every one of us is to collect that light. How do you collect the light? Well, right, I see you're looking like, how do you collect light, right? You can't really collect light. The rabbis had this idea that the light that we collect, this light of the universe, are all of the things that make our lives and the lives of other people holy. It is not so much that we are collecting physical light to return it to the broken vessel. It is that we are collecting light to fix the broken vessel. And when that vessel gets fixed, the rabbis tell us then the Messiah will come. I'm not holding my breath. But the idea that each of us is a spark of light, that each of us is a torch of goodness, that each of us can bring light to a dark world, is a message that I hope we can resonate with all of us. So I wish you Shabbat Shalom and the Yad, and I'll put the thing down. And if you have a Torah book in front of you, it's Genesis 1:1, right at the beginning. But remember that the book opens from right to left. I'll just wait till everybody gets their book. Vincent, do you have one? You're looking lost. Okay, good. So it's 1:1, and you can follow with the counter. Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch ata Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz. V'ha'aretz hayta tohu v'avohu v'choshech al panei tehom. V'ruach Elohim merachefet al panei hamayim. Vayomer Elohim yihi or vayehi or. Vayar Elohim et ha'or ki tov. Vayavdel Elohim ben ha'or u'ben ha'choshech. Vayikra Elohim la'or yom v'lachoshech kara laila. Vayerev vayivoker yom echad.
So, great little piece of trivia for you. What language is the very first word of the Torah in? You want to say Hebrew, right? But the cantor knows. What language?
Aramaic.
It's in Aramaic. Really interesting, and it's pointed in Aramaic as well. It's not Hebrew. So, when God began to create the heavens and the earth was tohu vavohu. It was a mess. It was without form. It was without function. It was unformed, void. And there was darkness among the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God hovered over the water. You have to ask where the water came from, but that's another issue. Okay? And God said, "Let there be light." The very first commandment of the Torah. And there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God separated between the light and between the darkness. And God called the light the daytime, and the darkness he called the night. And there was evening and there was morning, a first day. Everybody's familiar with that, but let's look at it a little closely. There was morning, there was evening, the first day. God separated between the light and between the dark. What defines our days?
Like the native, that amount of time from day to night. Well, the week doesn't.
Right.
Night to night.
There was a difference between night and day, and
Created what would be one day.
one day he created what would be one day.
Measure of time.
Exactly. We measure time with the sun. The sun has not yet been invented here. Right? The sun hasn't been created. So, our sages say this is a very special light. This is the light that we were talking about earlier that was released from the broken container, and that this, they call it a supernal light, and that this is the very special light that each of us can grab and embrace, or as I would like to say it, each of us is that supernal light, that we can make a world with our own light. Better do the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Please rise.
Torah, Shir Sam Moshe, Lifnei Bnei Israel. Al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. Yalalai, lai, 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 yalalai, lai, lai, yalalai, lai, lai,
Let's continue as we put the Torah away on page 368.
Hallelujah, Shem Adonai, King is God Shema Levado. Haaretz v'shavayim,
Orem
Keret le'amo, Tehillah lechol Hasidav, Livnei Yisrael, Am Kiravo.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Ki lekach tov natati lachem torati al ta'azovu. Behold, I have given you good instruction. My Torah, do not forsake it. Page 586.
Aleinu לשבח אדון הכל, לעתיד גדולה יוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שמחתנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Please remain standing if you would, as we bring to mind those who have died during this yahrzeit: Nancy Allman, Richard Applebaum, Shirley Burke, Molly Blank, Lillian Casriel, Eric Davis, Dr. Lester Eisenstadt, Raymond Eisner, Faye Feldman, Miles Gartenberg, Pauline Gerber, Meyer Gross, Ben Gruskin, Alvin Heimlich, Carl Harvey Kaplan, Lowell Landberg, Charles Lowy, Sadie Mirsky, Harold Charles Morgan, and Nebret, Rabbi Abraham Neimark, Samuel Nussbaum, Saul Peck, Anna Richland, Aubrey Robinson, Beulah Roquer, Maddie Rosenberg, Harold P. Rubin, Michael Seinfeld, Doris Strauss, Hank Strauss, Harry Tucker, Dr. Sebastian Vaccaro, and Morris Reeby. And in the past, Shaloshim, 30 days, Michael Wagenheim and Clara G. Zimmett. And in the past Shiva, the past 7 days, the beloved daughter of Doctors Ron and Sharon Cam, Jackie Cam. Are there any other names, passings that you'd like mentioned?
Bernard Beckman.
And I was going to say Bernard Peckman, thank you. Osha Kapoor. Please join me in the Kaddish, page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yamad divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, v'gala uv'izman kari v'meru, yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'l'olmei al-maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, yithadar v'yithaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudusha. Le'ela min kal birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, lamiran be'alama ve'imeru, yehei shalom rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru, ose shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, comfort to all who are bereaved. And we say, Amen. You may be seated.
Good evening, I'm Brian Gillette, I'm a member of the Board of Trustees, and I've now joined the obnoxious generation who can't put their phone down, but now I get it, why people have their phone, because I'm making notes as I sit here about things I have to remember. First of all, Shabbat Shalom. I want to thank Rabbi Stanway, Cantor Kamhai, and Andy McDonough, our organist, for a beautiful service tonight. Thank you very much. Welcome to our guests. It's nice to see people. It's nice to be here 2 weeks in a row. That hasn't happened in a long, long time for me. Welcome to our guests. We're glad you decided to spend Shabbat with us. And it's nice to see some familiar faces. I haven't seen in a while. Liz, nice to see you. When I heard your voice, I realized who it was. Sorry. And welcome to those who are watching on Zoom, which is where, or whatever it's called, which is where I watch almost every week. And it really isn't bad. It's very good. And you know, you get to watch services in your pajamas. So there is something to be said for that. But it is nice to be here with everyone else. Couple of announcements. I actually took a picture of the website. Wendy would be impressed, I think, that I learned all this stuff. But now I know why people look at their phones all the time. So I'm sorry I'm so obnoxious. Tomorrow, let's start with tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we have Havdalah, which is online. Starts at 6:30, and it's very quick. It's very nice. It's again, you can watch it from your kitchen or before the 8 o'clock football game. It's very nice and it's quick, and it's a nice time to be able to see people. There's also Torah study online tomorrow, 10 a.m., and Talmud study on Sunday live at 8 o'clock. Monday night is Executive Board and the Board of Trustees, and on believe it's Wednesday, theology class is live at 10 o'clock. And I'd like to acknowledge a couple of board members, Barbara Bascom and Don Pingatore. Thank you for being here, and Shabbat Shalom. Good week.
Let's do a motzi right after the motzi, well, right after the closing song. We'll go into the foyer, or as it's called, south of the 42nd parallel, the foyer. We'll have a little something. I'm smelling something really good. You smelling that? Teo's making something good.
What?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Motzi lechem in haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices join in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Motzi lechem in haaretz b'tei avon. Our closing song says Adon Olam on page 625. Right, Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. I was going to mention earlier that not totally, because we talked.
Yeah, we don't watch them. We really don't watch them.
Oh, yeah. Well,